everybody, it's time to do another review of one of the books in my WH Smith book club. Next up, we have Lying About Last Summer by Sue Wallman. This one is a thriller and it's completely given me the thriller bug. After reading this, I am desperate to carry on reading a lot more thrillers because I absolutely love them. I'm a huge horror and thriller fan when it comes to films, and now my love has also spread into novels, and this one definitely made it to the top of the list. On the back of the book it says, last summer Skye's sister died in a tragic accident. Now she's looking for an escape from reality. Her parents think that a holiday camp for bereaved teens might help her move on. At first, camp doesn't seem so bad, but when Skye starts receiving texts from someone claiming to be her dead sister, she fears the past is about to surface. So this book starts obviously with Skye going to this camp, and you learn quite early on that her sister died, and the story kind of deals with bereavement and obviously losing someone very close to you, but also trying to maintain this kind of I'm okay exterior, and that was really interesting to read in Skye's character. I really like the fact that she went to a camp because you get to experience her meeting lots of new and very interesting characters, which I think make this book so great because you don't know the characters fully because obviously she's only just met them and she can only really go by what she's learned herself. You really are pointing the finger at so many different people and everybody is a red flag, which for a thriller is like one of my favourite elements, when it really could be anyone. Obviously I don't want to give away too much, but she starts getting these really weird text messages and you don't know who they're from, and it kind of messes with her on a much deeper level because obviously she's still having to come to terms with the death of her sister, and it is quite sinister in that sense. I found elements of this book really creepy, and actually some of the characters are really creepy. Like, there's one character in this in particular that I found kind of like, oh, I do not like this character, and that very rarely happens, but I guess it makes sense that that happens in a thriller. I think they deal with death and bereavement in a really sensitive way, which of course is very important, especially in a thriller. I think I can imagine it might be quite difficult to put something that's as important as bereavement but also something that's a thriller into the same story and make it work, and obviously being sensitive towards the subject but also having that kind of on the edge of your seat, I need to turn the page to find out what happens next kind of moments, and I feel like Sue did that really well. I read this in one sitting. It was a complete page turner. I didn't want to leave not knowing what was going to happen next, which is why I didn't. I just carried on reading. When I was reading this book, I found everything Sue was describing, the characters, the storyline, the places they were, the things they were doing, I found it all very vivid. So I really enjoyed her way of writing, and her descriptions were amazing. I honestly felt like I was submerged within this book and everything felt so real, and I always think that that's such a difficult thing to do, especially when I was writing my books. I want people to feel like they are there when they're reading it, and Sue did that so well. I absolutely loved her style of writing. I feel like a lot of people will like this book. It's something that's very quick to read, it's very interesting, it does have a twist, which everyone loves a twist, well I do anyway. I found it very interesting learning a little bit more about bereavement and Skye as a character. I really liked her, and yeah, I honestly do think a lot of people would really enjoy this, and also it's not too scary. If you're kind of like, oh no, I'm not really about that horror novel life, I wouldn't be too worried because this is more like suspenseful and kind of eerie and a bit like, it's kind of more of a mystery. It's not that like terrifying. I don't think you would be that scared of it. It's more just, I need to find out who's doing this, which is why I really liked it. So thank you very much, Sue, for writing such an amazing book, and I can't wait now to check out more thrillers. I really hope you guys enjoy this book. Definitely give it a read. Let me know what you think. Also, make sure you're following WH Smith over on their Twitter so that you can be aware of any author takeovers. and I will see you again very, very soon for another review.